everyone. Welcome to the Everyday Woman series. Hi, my name is Tonya Hopson, or Tonya Talisha is my author name, as some may know me. But today I would just like to talk about stop comparing and run your own race. In today's world, it's easy to get caught in looking on social media and looking at other people's lives and oftentimes comparing ourselves to them and looking at them, seeing them happy or seeing what somebody else has can make us feel like we don't measure up. And that's just not true, because everybody's story is different. Everybody has their own things that they go through, whether they admit it or not, whether they show it or not. And even if somebody's online and they're showing the better parts of their life, it doesn't always mean that it's good or that what they got going on, that their life is good. They could just be showing you the good parts. And a lot of times people get caught up in this. And in your walk in life, in your process of healing and just trying to make it in your own life, you can't get caught up in watching how other people's life is. You have to focus on yourself and where God has you in life. You hold yourself back 10 plus more years if you've already behind by watching other people. You know, the story goes that the race is not given to the swift, but the one who endures to the end. So that just means that just because somebody has more than you and just because they're ahead of you and they're moving faster than you, you still have to go. You still have to go at the pace that you have to go at. And I know it get hard and other people's lives just look so good. But like I said, the race is not given to the swift, but the one that endures to the end. So you have to endure to the end, no matter what. And so, and I know that can be hard, but it gets harder when you keep setting yourself back even more, looking at other people. So you just have to focus on you and run your own race and stop just comparing yourself, because you're not that person. You can't live that person's life. That person cannot live your life. So you have to just focus on you. And you know, in Hebrews 12 and 13, the Bible says, like I said, in Hebrews 12 and 13, about you have to lay aside every weight that so easily besets you and the sin that weighs you down, and run your own race with perseverance, and just run your race that's set in front of you, because that's your race and that's your life. And God has given you one life. And if you waste that life just looking at what everybody else is doing, you're not even living it up to your own life. You have to live your own life. You're not living it up. You're not praising God for the life that you have. And I know I've been there. I used to do it all the time. I used to compare myself to other people. Well, she looks better. She has a better shape. They have family helping them. They got so much support, so many friends. Well, God made you. And you have to be your own support, your own, you just have to be your own cheerleader. And that comparison game only holds you back even more than you already are. Because the race is not given to the swift, but the one that endures. And you have to endure no matter how you feel, no matter how weak that you feel. This life is yours and yours alone. And I know, getting caught up looking at other people, like I said, can sometimes hold you back. God made you who you are, and you have to find the peace with who you are and accepting yourself. So you can stop looking on social media and looking at what your neighbor got, because looking at what other people got, that's like it's like a sin. It's wanting what somebody else have, and that's another waste of time. So many people kill other people, get caught up in things simply because they're jealous. They get caught in that comparison, and it makes you jealous. It makes you feel some kind of way. And before you know it, you are bitter, you wait till time got old, and you're angry, if you live to get old, or you lash out at other people. So that is why I say, we're talking about healing and hope. Well, one part of that healing, and even if you're getting over something in your past or in your life right now, one of those things is accepting where you at right now and stop looking at what everybody else is doing and focus on this life that God has given you. Because like I said, we all have a race to run. You can't live the next person's life. You don't know what they've been through. It may be all just for show. You don't know. And even if it ain't for show and they do seem to have the perfect life, everybody has problems. So I just want, us as women, and even men, but especially the women, because we are always find ourselves caught up in stuff. And the one thing we get caught up is because we compared ourselves to another woman, which is called bitter, jealousy. And if you're looking at another woman, you don't look at her with hateration. You look at her for inspiration. So if you are looking at someone else and they are moving faster than you, got better gear, got a little bit more, they're ahead of you, and you're sitting back looking at them, and you got all these things you want to do, look at her as inspiration. Maybe reach out to her and ask her how she did it, or research somebody that's did it. Because the more you focus on your life, you have very little time to look at what somebody else is doing in their life. It takes a lot of time to sweep around your own front door. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like the song said, you have to live your life and thank God for it. And that can be a hard pill to swallow sometimes. It can be hard, I know. But in your process of healing, and I just want to give hope to the woman who feels like she doesn't measure up or that she isn't good enough, that you are. And just make a decision today to stop comparing yourself to someone else, no matter who it is, and just look at your own life and ask yourself, what can I do to make my life better? What is it that I'm supposed to do? What's my purpose? Because it's not looking at somebody else. And like I said, the race is not given to the swift, but the one who can endure. And another thing before I close it, you have the hare and the tortoise. You remember that story about the rabbit and the turtle? And the rabbit, he moved fast. The hare moved fast. He was running. He was picking at the turtle because he moved slow. And a lot of times people will look at somebody else. They looking at you, even though he know he's going to make it to the end. He has the speed to make it to the end. He probably be running the race so he can get to the end and think he got more time because the other person, the turtle was slow. And in the end, he didn't make it before the turtle. The turtle made it before he did because he was looking at his part of the race because he was so slow because he thought he had more time. How about that? At the end, it doesn't matter how slow you are, your background, your race, none of that matters. What matters is you keep running until you finish. And that's what the tortoise did. He won up the hare who thought he had more time because he didn't look at what he was doing. His target was just making it. His target was just making it to the finish line. And so in that, I just wanted to say, just stop comparing yourself to other women and just run your own race because this is your life. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Everyday Woman series. God bless and have a very wonderful day.